Okay, welcome back to the DOCOVA channel. I'm John Ryan, and in this video we are going to walk through menus or layouts, depending on what you might call them. Menus in applications are typically what you use to navigate around an application. So they're choices on your left-hand side or across the top or something like that. And we're going to show you how easy it is to put menus into your applications and complex menus, and how to shape them up to do what you want them to do. So to start off, I'm going to go and show. I'm going to just jump over to YouTube, for example. So YouTube, on the left-hand side of the screen, they have a menu. It's a pretty simple menu in that it doesn't cascade into other menu items or sub-menu items. So you just have Home, Explore, and they have a little icon beside it, and they could bold it or change the color or something like that. And so we're just going to show you in DOCOVA how you can put in vertical and horizontal menus and things like that into your applications. Just quickly to show you, I have a menu app in here. So I'm just showing the search capability in DOCOVA right now, right? So I just have a menu examples, application simple here. So I just type in menu, and it search for the application. So in this particular app, which is really nothing except to show a couple of menu types, on the left-hand side, you'll see that there's no sub-menu items. This is just a demonstration of showing an icon centered over top of label. And you can click on these, and when you roll over them, it has a little sidebar that lights up, plus the whole menu item changes color. And then across the top, you'll see that there's just a simple horizontal menu that I put in, and it really navigates to nothing, just to show you that it's easy. And this does cascade, for example. So you can see that even though in our previous video when we talked about layouts, and here I have 3 panes or 3 frames in a layout. So the left-hand side frame for the menu, and the top frame for the horizontal menu there, and then a sort of content frame, which I have this view A in right now. But you can see when I roll over this menu item 2, I have white text, it lights up blue on a gray background, for example, and it has sub-menu items that come up. And when I roll over sub-item 2.2 or 2-2, you can see I have another cascaded sub-menu. And you can see you don't have to worry about the menus overlapping frames or anything like that. It'll automatically take care of all of that for you. So all you have to concentrate on is the label of your frames, the type of frame you want, and then you can fool around with the colors and the icons and stuff like that go with them. So let's look at this menu elements or menu examples application in the app builder, just to have a quick look. So we're going to go down to the menus here on the left-hand side. So, menus being a application design element of an application. So the centered text menu is what I have. So if we just open that up again, just so we can reference what I'm talking about. So on the left-hand side here, this menu, the blue menu, so DOCOVA licenses and subscription, customers, subscription, blah, blah, blah. So if I jump over to the app builder, this is what that element looks like. So you can see here, when I just click off on the side of the menu, I can give the menu name. You can give it an alias for programmatic reasons. And then here we have a layout, and we're going to look at layouts in a second. And then the container alignment, so you can say left, center, so you can decide, the alignment of your menu. This goes to how you have your application laid out. So you might want your menu labels right justified or left justified or centered in your menu, or if it's a horizontal one, you might want the menu items to appear starting on the left hand side or on the right hand side over, like single icons from the right hand side over. and that sort of thing. So just to make it really quick and easy, you can choose how to lay out your menu text and icons. You can pick your style. So your style is quite involved, and I'll show you that. We give you a whole bunch of sort of through a wizard, a whole bunch of options to choose from just automatically with some nice colors. And then you can modify the color of the text, the rollover color of the text, the background of the menu item, the rollover of the background. You can have the parent menu options colored different than the child or sub-menu options and so on. And so you can see all the padding and everything on the right-hand side here is quite extensive. And so you can go to town and make your menus look however you would like to suit the application that you're making. And so let's, and then there's a hide show and icons. Doesn't apply to the whole menu, but it applies to menu items, as we'll get into in a second here. So if I click on a menu item, let's just go to the top. So here you can see the label is customers, and customers is what I've typed in there. You can also compute this label. This can be a lookup, if you're going to say, responses or something, and then do a calculation off of you and have a dynamic number that's showing in brackets or something like that. All of that is possible with our menus, and is frankly what sets us aside or apart from all the other low-code solutions, where you would have to go in and program these kind of things. With our formula language makes it really easy, and just the point and click capabilities of this are extensive, more extensive than anybody else provides. So now you can open up a view, typically when you click on a menu item, you can open up a view or a page or a form, layout, execute JavaScript, or open a URL into the frame. As we're talking about in the layouts, you can target a frame to open them into. And that's pretty typical, right? You can also say whether this is a spacer or not. So basically, that's how you can space menu items apart really easily, is that you can put a menu item in with nothing in it and just space things apart nicely. So you could have, you could split your menus into two sections on the same menu. So it kind of looks like two menus, but it's not. You can also add two menus, which we'll go over in a second as well. You can add help text for your menu item, the target frame like we talked about before in the layouts, where you can have your frame names and you can actually specifically target from here. Forcing no tab, that's a little bit more, I'm not going to get into it in this particular video because it gets a little bit more complex, but as you notice when you open up a view has a tab, and that's because it has documents in it, and as you open up a document, you can open up many documents and copy and paste information between them and so on and so forth. And so having a tabbed interface allows you to jump between your information really easily inside the interface, not as browser tabs, because I just think that's just convoluted. Like Office 365, for example, or Microsoft 365, every time you click on something, they open a new tab, and I just find it's hard to navigate sometimes. And so this way, the force no tab allows you to control how the content opens. So you can open up a view and not have a tab, so that when you open up a document in there, it's all contained in that one frame the way you want it. So you get to choose. Also, if a menu item, the initially selected is if a menu item is initially selected or not. So when you open up your application or you open up that menu, whether or not that particular item is open or not, and whether or not it's expanded. So you can have cascaded, menu items, so parent level menu items, and then sub items, and so on, cascading down. And you can decide whether or not to have a particular section open when that application is initially opened or when that menu is initially opened, right? So you can decide how much it's collapsed or expanded and stuff like that. The style for all these, of course, the size of the font, the height, bold on or italics and stuff like that, text align, center and stuff, so you can decide how your text goes for your menu items. And then hide and show, so whether you're, so there's a lot of options here for your menu items, and you can say, so for example, if you are part of this role, you can see this menu item or not. So maybe administrators can see, a certain menu item and others can't, that sort of thing. And then icons, you can see here that I'm using like this, I guess a sort of purse or bag type icon here. Shopping bag, there you go, FA shopping bag. And so this allows you to pick, and we have thousands of icons here. We just recently, so it's Font Awesome icons, and then also we have this other suite. It's skipping my memory momentarily, but we have thousands of icons that you can choose from. So as you click on the menu item, the icon that you're using shows up so you can easily see where you are. And you can change the size of that icon and if it's left or center of your item and stuff like that, of your text. So you can have the icon to the right of your text, your label, or to the left or top, that sort of thing. You can also take the label out and just have an icon there if you want to just show icons and no text. So, you know, and make your menu skinnier and stuff like that. So all of that's quickly and easily available for you to change about your item. Now, I'm also going to open up the main menu here. It's not really a main menu, it's the horizontal menu. It's just I had named it that. So you can see here in this menu that I have menu 1 item, and then it has 2 child items, view A and view B. And then menu item 2 here has its own child items as well. Sub item 1 and 2.2 and 2.3. And then under sub item 2-2, I have 2-2-1 and 2-2-2. So even further, so 3 levels of menu items in this menu. And so when we go back to the menu items, that's what you see translated out here, right? Is menu item 1 had view A and view B under it, and menu item 2 has these 3 plus sub 2-2 had the other sub menu items right here underneath of it, right? And so view A, are we opening? Yeah, so view A, we're opening up view A right here. We only have the one view in here, so. So let me show you a couple of other examples of menus here. So I'm gonna go to the element demos application. This is a simple, but we're going to spend a lot of time through the videos in this application, because when we get to the form design elements and views and stuff like that, there's a ton of stuff to talk about. And so this is a very basic left-hand side navigation. You can see I have a ton of menu items on here that we're going to go through, covering all kinds of topics. So, and you know, expand and collapse and everything you'll be able to see. And so that's just an example of a simple menu, and the ability to have it in you know, a lot of menu items. Okay, and then let's look at bug tracking. So this bug tracking menu is an example of an icon menu, pretty much, that is horizontal. So you can see I have the menu going across here. I gave it some icons, and this menu is actually embedded, so you can embed menus into forms and also into pages, so that it gives you a little bit more options in terms of how you present the menus and stuff. So in this particular case, this menu's been embedded into a page, and the page has a background image. So you can see the sort of perf board or electronic board image in the background to the right here. And that's because we created a page, we put that background image on it, we put the bug tracking text on it, and then embedded this horizontal menu on top of it, so that you know, it's really unlimited in terms of how you want to present your navigation for your applications. And let's look at one more. So vacation request, say for the application, I've given it this like umbrella look, and then when I open it up, it carries the umbrella into the menu at the top, for example, and says vacation request, and then underneath you have an already expanded look at the menu. So the menu's been pre-expanded for you, so you can see all the options here. And if we go back into the menu here, I'm just going to show you quickly the layouts for the menu. So if you click on the menu itself, for the layout, you'll see here when I click, you'll see that you have this sort of wizard that shows you all of the different kind of menus you have. So here we have pop-up cascading options, and you'll see the different color schemes that you can choose from here, just to quickly, and then once you pick one of these, you know, if you like the one that's there already, that's great, but then you can go in and change the color. So if you don't quite like this green or this blue or whatever, you can go and change the rollover colors or any of the colors around the menu. So we have this pop-up cascading look, we have this pop-up single look, and here we're looking at horizontal menus that go across that will drop down. So when you click on it, will drop down for you. And all the colors here. This is an icon only type of menu, and cascading and icon only single drop down. So you can see that the sub menu items are all in one menu here, while these other cascading kind of break out into sort of sub menus for all of your menus. And then if we look at the vertical type of menus that you can choose from, you have the tree views look and the cascading look here, right? And then Navigator Styles. So this Navigator style maintains a breadcrumb. So as you navigate through the menu system, it maintains a breadcrumb at the top of the menu. And then of course the pop-up single and the icons that are single and cascading. There's a whole bunch of options that you can choose from to get you going. And then everything's there really quick for you. You just choose whatever you want. You can change it, so whatever menu items you've typed out, if you want to change the look and make something from a vertical menu into a horizontal menu, it's no problem to just come here and change it, and then your menu's changed. There's nothing you have to do. So it's powerful, does whatever you want, and there's really a lot of ways that you could depict your navigation in your application. And so we're just trying to make it so that you're unlimited. There's no handcuffs on you in terms of, or restraints in terms of what you can possibly do. All right, and so that's it about menus. And you'll see as we go through different applications and MLM and stuff, you'll see the different menus that happen and stuff like that. And again, if you have any questions or comments, put them below, smash the like button, and subscribe if you haven't already. That's it for now.